Hello, I'm Angel Ross, and I'll be playing Ancient Domains of Mystery, Release 60. This game is written by Thomas Biskup way back when I was first born, and it's still being updated. So let's get right to it. Adom is a roguelike RPG. It's the roguelike RPG. There's no better one, and that's why I'm playing it. I'm going to read some stuff out loud, explain things as I go, and just generally dive into it. Right off the bat, you have a choice of generating a new character. I'm using a modified version of the game that will generate a random character because I'm not a pleb and I don't need to choose my race and class. I'll go with whatever the game gives me. With that said, let's see what we got. I was born in the month of the Cup on day 2. Cup's awesome. You get 10% more experience, more skills more often, you learn spells more easily, and you're smarter. Learning is pretty important in this game because it determines if you can read or not. I am a female dark elf. That means I'm evil right off the bat. I like this character. My parents are traveling adventurers. Both of them are okay people. As a child, I lived through happy days. In my youth, I worked a lot to become rich and famous later. I'm 134, so I hope that panned out. As a young adult, you tried many occupations before finally deciding on one to pursue. I decided to become an assassin. What? How do you try a bunch of occupations and then decide to be an assassin? Alright, female dark elf assassin. Assassins, I don't know much about them, except that they're good at daggers and they're good at backstabbing people. I'm pretty sure they die easily. These talents are like perks in other games. You get them, they make you better at certain things. What I'm looking for are ones that are going to make me take more hits. And the ones I'm going to go for specifically will be Hardy for that plus 3 hit points. Then Tough Skin for the plus 1 PV. PV is a damage reduction of 1 point. And if I can, I'm going to get it again. If you have a character with a high natural toughness, they'll be able to take more skills, more talents that reduce damage. But because I'm playing an elf, and elves are shit, I cannot become any tougher. So instead we're going to go for Alert. Alert gives you a plus 1 in perception, but more importantly it allows you to become a treasure hunter later in the game. Treasure hunters find items more easily. Items keep you alive. My name is Zakara. I've got a strength of 13, 17 learning, that means I can read, 14 willpower, 24 dexterity, 13 toughness, 4 charisma. Charisma's low because I'm evil. Appearance of 13 because I'm an elf. And I'm chaotic, which doesn't necessarily mean I'm evil, but when I get a chaotic character, I just kill everything. It's more fun. I started with the skills of Alchemy, which I've never used before, don't know how it works. Alertness lets you see further. Archery is archery. Backstabbing lets you do more damage if the enemy is not hostile yet. Climbing is worthless. Detect traps is good at dodging traps. Dodge, self-explanatory. Find weakness is maybe the most important skill of the game. I'm going to hotkey that to my 1 because you can use it to reduce damage immediately after you're hit. Wait, no, that's first aid. Find weakness is the second most important skill of the game. It allows you to do more damage all the time as a passive ability. And I can pick locks. I doubt I have a lock-picking set, but I'll hotkey that anyways. Listening lets you hear things. Haggling is worthless. Literacy lets you read. Stealth makes enemies spawn neutral instead of hostile more often. And 2-weapon combat reduces the penalty you would take from using 2 weapons. Items I started with. Elves are pretty good with their starting equipment, their armor. You get plus 5 PV. So along with the perk I took, I'm already at a 6 damage reduction. It means I'm probably going to live for a few minutes. I start with 2 short swords, but I'm not going to use them both because using 2 weapons at once gives you a speed penalty when attacking. Generally, if you hit twice, the enemy hits twice, unless you level up that 2-weapon combat. Did I have healing? I do not have the healing skill. Healing would probably be up there in the top 3 of most important skills. You need it to heal over long periods of time. First aid heals you immediately, but healing is your long-term healing. So I'm going to go into this Terrenio, the starting village. Tiny hamlet consisting of a few primitive cottages, a shop, and a village hall. Trees grow peacefully between the small homes of the local populace. In this town, in the building that I am currently walking along, is an elder, and he will always give you the same quest, which is, us village is pestered by critters from the caves to the southeast. The village carpenter tried to explore the dungeon, but was not seen again. It would be great if you could discover his whereabouts. I don't care about the carpenter. What I do care about is the reward for this quest, which is the healing skill. And because I'm a chaotic player, I'm not even going to do the quest as he asked me to do it. I'm going to leave this beginning town. I'm going to come over here to the southwest and try to find the outlaw town. Here we go. La Buenothel. This is where I'm going to get my healing quest. The village elder asked me to find a carpenter. You save the carpenter by bringing him to a healer. That's not necessary in this playthrough, because this guy is an evil mob boss, and he would rather you kill the healer. Hotson Plots, the crime lord, says, "Do me a favor, kill that annoying healer living to the northeast. He's so annoyingly goody-goody. I can't stand him. You could also do me another favor, lass. Kill the damn sheriff in Terrenio. That's never going to happen. Never gonna happen. But we can kill the healer. And we're an assassin, so we're equipped for the job. Evade a wandering brown bear. Do you want to evade this encounter or fight? I want to run the hell away. You can't fight a brown bear. I'm a freaking hobbit. No, I'm an elf. Alright, this is the village dungeon. It's not the first dungeon available to you, but it's normally where you start. There's a rat. We're going to use L to look at the rat. It's hostile. We're going to kill the rat. It's dead. There's some money on the ground. Pick it up. Because I don't have the healing skill, I'm going to try to avoid combat as much as I can. And the reason for that is I want to save my level ups for when I have the skill, so that I can improve that skill instead of other ones. As you might guess, being able to heal is very important, especially in the lower levels. This is a zombie. It's a skeleton. Let's kill it. Nope. Hit him. Didn't harm him. Destroyed him. Let's move on. What I'm looking for is a greater than sign. That would be the stairs going to VD2. Village Dungeon 2. Oh, flail. Pick that up and sell it later. Let's go in this room. There's a goblin. But he does not care about me, and as I said, I'm trying to not fight, so I'm going to leave him alone and come back and kill him later. Where have I not been? It's the hallway down here. Oh, there we go. There's downstairs. Oh, this bat wants to fight. Let's kill it. Oh, large bat corpse. In this game, starvation is a huge deal. You can starve to death very easily. The key to not starving is to eat any corpse that you find. Bats especially taste like chicken, so I'm going to eat lots of those. Oh, another downward stairs. Let's head down. This goblin doesn't care about me. There's a loaf of bread. I'm going to save this instead of eating it in case I get hungry later. Bread can go stale, but it's better than a body rotting away. Some gold. Broken short sword. I don't need any broken weapons. Leave that there. Here we are in Village Dungeon 3. I know from experience that the healer is always on Village Dungeon 4. So one more level and I'll be able to have the healing skill. Oh, a book. I am somewhat literate, so let's carry this book around. Maybe I can improve my literacy and read it in a little bit when I'm more than somewhat literate. And here we go, stairs going down. Village Dungeon 4. Oh, you might have noticed I went pretty fast there. There was a wall. The room looked like a room with no doors, but you can search the walls for hidden doors. hit the orc and slay him. Congratulations, you advanced to level 2. This is exactly what I didn't want to do. But here I am. When you level up, you are able to improve your skills. If I had the healing skill here, I could improve it, but I don't. So I'm going to go for other skills that will keep me alive, and a little bit of literacy as well, so I can read that book. Start with the literacy. Then let's do some dodge. Now before I push this button, notice the 4d5 next to the maximum of 32. That means 4 d5s will be rolled, 4 d5 die, and that is how much the skill will be improved by. Every time you improve the skill, that becomes lower. In other words, the more you improve a skill, the less you can improve it with each training. Easy to learn, hard to master. We're also going to improve our first aid so we can not die, and our find weakness so we can kill. Lastly, let's go for some more first aid, because I'm paranoid. Don't need this crude knife. 16 arrows. Those might come in handy later. This is a giant centipede. I'm going to kill it. It's in the way. And we'll move on. There was a pixie, but it disappeared. Pixies are pretty useful. They drop gold. This kobold wants to fight. Earlier I said you should eat every corpse you find. But that's actually not true. You don't want to eat kobolds. They're poisonous. There seems to be a shifting breeze in this room. I don't know what that means. Let's move on. Pick up these 46 gold pieces. And there we go. There's a little healer. Hello, Mr. Healer Man. Well met, sister. Oh, my girl. I knew that. Even someone like you deserves mercy. What are you trying to say, douche? Shall you heal me? No. What do I have? I'm going to check my items. This guy can regenerate health pretty easily. He's a healer after all. So I'm going to quickly check to see if there's anything I have that will kill him quickly, like in one hit. Got a dagger that does 1d4 plus 2. My short sword's a little better than that. We're just going to go for it. We're going to stab him in the back. No, I'm going to dip my sword in some poison first. I've got 2 potions of poison. Every assassin starts with poison. I'm going to... Oops. First I need to unequip this sword. And then I'm going to dip the sword into a potion of poison. And now I have a poisonous sword that I will equip in the right hand. You can tell it's poison because it has a little P next to the damage modifier. Alright, with that, let's try to kill him. Really backstab Jared the healer? Yes. Boom! Instant kill! You stab Jared the healer and slay him. Man, I love being evil. Congratulations, you advanced to level 3. Shit, didn't want to do that. Well, we can see how backstabbing would be useful. Let's get some more of that. And dodging is always useful. Keeps you from dying. Maybe some more stealth. And a little more alertness. Oh, every 3 levels you get to choose a new talent. And I'm now at the point where I can choose another one. The first talent I usually choose while playing the game is one that allows me to be better with the weapon I currently have equipped. I have a short sword, so I'm going to choose Affinity with Swords, which gives me a +2 to hit in melee with swords. Because I do a lot of melee attacks, I want to not miss with those attacks, so I'll get the talent that improves them. Now that the healer is dead, I can return to the evil village and claim my prize. Pixie doesn't want to fight, so I'm just going to walk past him. Wait, so will you stop teleporting into me? Jeez. And now here we go, back to... Dang, this Pixie really likes to follow me around. Wanna come upstairs, Pixie? I'm gonna name this Pixie. What should we name it? Let's name it... want to go with Tinkerbell, but that's pretty silly. Let's go with Kinker. Alright, now we're gonna kill Kinker. Stop stealing my money, Kinker! Thank you. Take that back. What is this eye? A homunculus. Hello, homunculus. I'll see you later. I always like leaving dungeons. When you already know the map, it's kind of calming. You know where you need to go. Nothing's gonna stop you. Damn, level 4. Wow. How am I leveling so fast? Now let's go for some 2-weapon combat. A little more of that. Maybe some more of the finding of weaknesses. And first aid. And we'll get some literacy and try reading this book once we're somewhere safe. Oh, some candy. I'm gonna eat it. You start to consume a bit of candy. Sweet. Back up the stairs. This is... nope, I'm wrong. One more floor. The last floor, and then we can go back to the village. This goblin wants to fight. I'll fight you, goblin. You don't want to mess with me. I'm an assassin. Poison that bat. I forgot I'm supposed to not be killing things. You want to throw some rocks? I will walk up to you and kill you. Here we go. 17 gold pieces. Ooh boy. I could buy an apple with that. And here we go upstairs. Now we're back onto the overworld map. We're going to cross into the outlaw settlements. This guy going to try to kill me? Yep. As soon as you walk in the outlaw place, people want to kill you. But that's okay. That's what outlaws are for. We're going to report to Hudson Plots, the crime lord, that the healer is dead. He says, visit the doctor. He might do you a favor. The sheriff still seems to be alive. Not changing that. It's pretty impossible. At least at my level. So the doctor's over here. Nope, I'm not going to jump into the water. I don't know how to swim. Yeah, he's always in this little house. He puts a weird thing on your head, so you need to remove whatever you have equipped in the head. It dazes you and makes you walk in circles for a while. He pricks your skin with a needle. You feel unable to move. He puts a strange helmet on your head, touches a jewel at the front of the helmet. You lose consciousness and black out. When you wake up, you're stunned, confused, and in my case, hungry. When you're stunned, you can't move in the direction you want to move. I'm trying to move right now, and I moved left out of the village. That's fine. I'm a little more clear. I'll move again, and the confusion is done. But I'm still hungry. Do I have any food? Just some bread. I don't want to use my bread up. So instead I'm going to go back to the nice village and buy some food at the food shop here. No matter who you're playing in this game, they will always sell you food in the beginner town. In this shop that sells exclusively food and buys only food. It's kind of funny that they won't buy weapons, but they'll buy dead bodies. 462 gold, that's enough for a couple large rations that I can eat right now. We'll pay Monksip and eat a couple rations. Yum. Some tasty rations. I'm still not full? Fine, let's get another one. Out of the way, sir. That one was cursed, but it still filled me up a bit. I'm gonna fill up a little more with one more large ration. This guy really eats a lot. It's like me in real life. One more large ration. Yum. Done eating the large ration. Tasted good. Fantastic. Let's get out of here. We're gonna go back to the village dungeon now and clear it out. Now that we have the healing skill. Oh, I didn't even check that. Here we go. K, healing. You start with a healing of 60 if you do the evil quest for healing. The good quest of healing, you start with a lower skill in it, but you can upgrade it more easily. I'd rather start with 60 and have it pretty good so far. Now I can kill everything. being chaotic like I am. That's like my whole purpose of playing this game. Earn some gold. Don't want to eat a rat corpse. They'll make you sick. This kobold's trying to shoot me with some arrows. Oh, what did he drop? Some rocks. Why don't we take these rocks and throw them at people? Oh, you know, I forgot to read the book. Why don't we try that now? We'll close this door. I'm gonna hide in the corner of this room. I'm gonna try to read it. Nope, can't read it yet. I could not decipher the pages of the dusty tome. Let's move on. We didn't really explore any of Village Dungeon 2, so let's clear it out. This room looks like a spa with a mud bath. You are hit in the face with a glob of hot mud. Suddenly, everything disappears. Oh no, I've got mud in my face and I'm blind. All you need to do in this case is Shift F to wipe your face. You wipe the mud off your face, and you can see again. But you're also more attractive. Amazing what mud could do to the face. Let's continue down this place. You hit the giant rat and transform it into a giant heap. This looks like some kind of dog. It's a rabid dog. With the right potion, you can actually cure those guys, and they become friendly to you, I believe. I don't have that, so I'm going to murder everything I see, unless it looks too strong. Oh, for orc. Goodbye, orc. A cloak. Let's see, it might be better than the cloak I have now. Let's try it on. Nope, it's the same. So I'm going to stick with the one I started with. I like it better. Have I gotten any equipment that would be good? No, really, nothing. Oh, a sling. A sling is good for when you're using rocks as your ammunition, because they'll let you throw it harder and further. My listening skill increased. What's this goblin doing here? Trying to be all nice? Goodbye, goblin. You're dead. A kobold. Goodbye, kobold. It's a funny story. I normally don't live this long playing the game. This is pretty good so far. I'm feeling hopeful. I can clear the village dungeon out and move on to somewhere else. Normally I die in the first few minutes. Hey, level 5. Now I'm level 5. I have the healing skill, but I already said I don't want to level it up. Shoot, I'm used to playing good characters. Evil characters are more fun, but they're a little trickier. Let's go with, how about some archery? Look at that twice. And some more dodge. Maybe some more detection of traps. Cool. Moving on. I feel like there's more to this level, but I haven't found it yet. So I'm going to search these walls. There's an altar in this level. I love altars. Maybe it'll be a chaotic altar and I can sacrifice monsters to it. Oh, a shield. Fantastic. A shield is another way to reduce damage. Makes sense, right? I'm going to have that shield in my left hand and my sword in my right. It's not the most assassinly thing to do, but I'd rather be alive than an assassin. Kill this bat. Where is this door at? I'm gonna get hungry searching for it. Oh, must be in this room. No? Maybe the big room. Let me quickly kill this guy. What's all these broken weapons? Oh, it's the same one as before. An Orc Scorcher. I can tell because it's purple and it says the words Orc Scorcher. These guys, if they drop their corpse, and he didn't, you can eat the corpse and that will improve your learning because they're wizards. I found a secret door. Awesome. Now I can see what kind of altar this is after I kill this lizard man. Why is H for lizard man? I wonder. Maybe for humanoid? Some more rocks. And let's keep moving on. Giant rat. There it is. It is a neutrally aligned altar. Well, shit. That means It's an altar to a neutral god, not a chaotic god. I need to either convert this altar into a chaotic altar or destroy it to please my own god. Gods can be pretty useful in this game. They answer your prayers, they can keep you alive at least twice from the beginning of the game. And so I try to stay on their good side, at least in the beginning. Fortunately, I would need some neutral enemies to sacrifice them here. I'm going to try waiting here. That's an eye. Floating eyes are not neutral. They're pretty chaotic. Nobody seems to be showing up. So I'm going to try to kick this altar down. Ah, it did something. The ground rumbled for a few seconds. Sometimes the other gods will try to murder you for destroying their altars. So I'm going to quickly remove most of my equipment so that if they decide to destroy everything I'm wearing, they won't destroy anything of value. With that said, let's try to kick it again. Ground rumbled. Ah, I don't think I'm strong enough to kick this altar down. I'm taking damage by hitting it. What level am I? Maybe I can take the strong kicker talent and that might help. Welcome back. There's an altar of the wrong kind on Village Dungeon 3. I can remember that, probably. Don't have a girdle. I do have a cloak. I've got a sword that I'm gonna put in my hand, and a shield in the other hand. No rings, no bracers, a sling, and some rocks. Let's move on. 9 quarrels might be useful if I... Oh, there's a spider here somewhere. These are spider webs. They slow you down if you're not strong enough to break them. Anyone can break them, but stronger people break them more easily. Lizard man zombie. Wow, this guy has all kinds of things. I want to see his parents. I guess there'd just be a lizard and a man, huh? Maybe a lizard and a woman? And Godzilla found his true love. I think the spider has gone this way. If the webs are any indication. Oh no, I'm hungry. Oh, what's this? Another sling. I don't need another sling. I'm good. Let's go downstairs. Village Dungeon 3. Kill this goblin. Really hoping somebody drops a body so I can eat it. This door is locked. I'm gonna try to kick it down. It might be trapped, might kill me. We'll see. I shattered the door, no traps. We're good, let's move on. This goblin dropped its corpse. I think I'm having goblin for dinner. And here's the downstairs that we never saw in Village Dungeon 4. I'm just gonna skip straight down to 5 because I don't feel like there's much left. This area. Red eye is for a fire beetle. Let's try to kill this guy because if he drops a corpse and you eat it, you can become resistant to fire, which is beneficial for obvious reasons. Unfortunately, it doesn't make your gear resistant to fire. That stuff can still burn up. Uh-oh. Hit the floating eye with full force and wound it. Touching the eye paralyzes me. He misses. Misses, 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 misses. All these times that saying the floating eye fails to hurt me, those are because I've improved my toughness through armor and through talents. It hit me one time for 1 point of damage, and the entire time I was paralyzed. I'm gonna murder this thing and move on. 50 gold pieces. Moving to the right, the air in the room is stale in a highly unnatural way. I don't know what that means, so I'm just going to not spend very much time in this room, if at all possible. Ha! He wants to panic. You want to run away? I'm going to throw some rocks at him. Gosh, this swordsman is tough. Maybe I just need a better weapon. There we go. You hit the swordsman with full force and slay him. Level 6. I can create poison from any potion. Let's do it. As for skills, let's improve our backstabbing a little bit. That'll help us level up more easily. As well as find weakness. Allows us to kill things easily. Killing things helps you level up. I'm going to go for even more backstabbing. I'm just going to go for all backstabbing. We got a new talent. I mentioned earlier that our kick was not strong enough to destroy an altar. And this character does not seem strong enough to get the strong kicker talent. So that sucks. We're going to have to convert that altar using money. And that's not something that I want to do. Instead, we will take the talent that allows us to find more gold. Let's get Miser. This is another requirement to the Treasure Hunter talent that I mentioned earlier. That talent will allow you to find more rare items more easily. Oh, this room is dark. Whenever you move into a dark room, it says you are likely to be eaten by a group, but I've played a couple hundred lives in this game, and I've never been eaten by a group before. Maybe I've just never gotten far enough. It's dark, I can't find anything on the ground, so I'm going to move out of here and see what else there is to find. On VD5, an acid trap. Good thing I found it before it hit me. This guy wants to run away. You can't run away from me. I'm an assassin. I will track you down. He dropped something. A watery potion. Probably just water. Potions are unidentified in this game until you drink them or use them somehow. I can identify potions of poison because I'm an assassin. But most other potions are going to be unidentified. Bugbear. I don't actually know what a bugbear is. I assume it's a kind of goblin because it has a G. I found a shining necklace. Necklaces are like potions. You don't know what they do until you use them. So I'm going to try to use it. I'm going to try to take it off immediately. The fact that I can take it off tells me the necklace is not cursed. So it can't be that bad. Whatever effect it has on me. I thought that rabid dog corpse was a goblin corpse. I was going to chow it down. Unfortunately, it was just a rabid dog. This is a giant lizard. Let's try to kill this lizard. Man, this lizard is tough. I keep hitting it and not harming it. Much like how enemies hit me, it has a high PV, and so my damage is being shrugged off. I'm going to become more aggressive. And that will give me a +1 to damage and a +1 to hit, but make me easier to hit. Still not doing damage, so I'm going to become very aggressive. +2 to damage, -7 to dodge. I'm hitting him, still not harming him. Wow, I need to muscle up a little bit. Now that he's dead, I'm going to switch back to normal. This looks like a secret door here. Aha! Any hallway that ends like that really is a secret door. Wasn't that cool? And oh, there's one more door that I haven't checked. I just wouldn't be me if I didn't check every room. Let's kill this rat. Kill this kobold. Man, these enemies are getting tougher. A quarterstaff is a two-handed weapon. I don't want to use a two-handed one right now. Let's stick to our sword and shield until we find a really good weapon. Plus, I have the talent for swords. Oh, there's the down staircase. An orc that doesn't know he's about to die. Door is stuck. Let's go through it. Here we have a goblin berserker. That's cool. You can berserk all you want, but I'm still going to murder you. Oh no, I'm hungry. I don't want to eat my bread because I don't have very much of it. I'll wait until I'm starving. Then I'll eat some bread. If I have to. Who's this guy? It's a doppelganger. That's not good. You can't eat doppelgangers unless you're starving to death. And they can confuse you. But she didn't get a chance to. That's cool. Pick up these rocks. We can reuse them. We're gonna re-gift these rocks. You feel very hungry. Your stomach is racked by aching pains. You can deal with it. What's this? Frog legs. Perfect. I'm no longer starving to death. Frog legs are exactly what I was craving. This fire beetle is tanking all of my damage. We're gonna have to become more aggressive again. Oh, no. Hit it. Got a crit, I think, and killed it. Another dark room. It didn't tell me I was likely to be eaten by a crew. That's odd. Checking every space for items once again. Nothing, so we're gonna move on. This is a female raider. Let's kill this bitch. Dead. And we've explored this whole floor. Heading back out. Oh, a white worm. Worms can multiply. They're not very dangerous on their own, but when you're fighting 10 of them at once, it can be troublesome. Oh, there's another one. And it just reproduced. Let's try to kill this lizard first. And then we're going to kill these worms, because I don't want them reproducing. I'm hungry again. Oh, the wrong staircase. Is that a bat? Come here, bat. Yeah, I wanted to eat that bat. Stop mangling the bodies. Is it Kara? Oh, a Chaos Sister. I'm glad she died easily because she could have used some powerful magics. There's some food. Normally I wouldn't have eaten that. Oh shit. This is Riggs. This is the carpenter that the Elder wanted me to save. I didn't mention earlier that he is completely evil now and corrupted by chaos. He's also very hard to kill. I don't think fighting him would be a good idea. But this wouldn't be a fun video if I did what was safe every time. Let's try to hit him. I severely wounded him in the second hit. That's awesome. Sword's level 5. He can't damage me. My armor's too good. Oh, no, he did 2 damage. That's fine. I can take 2 damage. Let's keep hitting him. He's wounded. His armor's not as good as the lizard's. This is awesome. He's hitting me as often as I'm hitting him. But I think I have more health. He's gonna fight to the death in a blind rage. Uh-oh, I'm bleeding. I'm gonna go into coward mode so that I can try to stop the bleeding. Nope. Still not able to stop it. You can use your first aid skill, the one I mentioned as the most important in the game, to stop bleeding. Bleeding is just poison, is like poison, except bleeding is like poison in other games. Damage every turn. In this game, poison is a bunch of damage every few turns. Let's continue trying to kill this guy. He's dead. Items seem to be falling onto the ground. Level 7. Awesome. This is too good to be true. We're gonna go for, I think our dodge is fine. We're gonna go for some find weakness to kill things more easily. Because I don't seem to be taking very much damage at this point. Let's focus on offense more. Some more 2-weapon combat. Maybe some... First aid's always good. For times when you're bleeding and such. Take a hatchet and a huge manual. I know from previous playthroughs that this manual I'm about to read is a manual of bridge building. I'm going to read it right now. This guy wants to fight. Let's try to kill this guy. I was hoping that nobody would come in here so I could read my book about bridge building. There we go. You start to peruse the book. You now understand the basics of building bridges. I've never used bridge building, but they give you the book every time, so it must be important. Right? Right? some leather boots. They don't seem to be any better than the boots I have now. Leave them on the ground. Ooh, food. And I'm burdened. You can see in the lower left corner, burdened just means I'm beyond, or I'm approaching my carrying capacity. It's good for training your strength. If you're carrying a lot of stuff, you get stronger. However, it slows you down and makes you hungry more easily. I'm gonna stay burdened because I want to be stronger. Shivering mouthers. They are beings. You know what? Let's just take a look at them and see how the game describes them. A gibbering mouther, a hideous brown mass of flesh, eyes, and mouths. It flows towards you, mouths attaching to the ground and walls like suckers. As it nears, you can hear a horrible cacophony as the mouths gibber to themselves. You think you can make out something in the babble. Is it the secret of immortality, or the recipe for elf stew? I hope not. I'm an elf. Gibbering mouthers seem to have an average speed of 98. That's a little slower than the average character. Because they talk a lot, they can confuse you, and they don't do very much damage, but when you're constantly walking into walls from being confused, it can be hard to deal with people. Dang it, hungry again? This elf is the hungriest elf. Let's try it. I don't think you can eat gibbering mouthers, so I'm not even going to try to kill that. Oh, hey, a secret door. I like secret doors. There's an eye. Last time I fought an eye, I punched it and I got paralyzed. This time I'm going to throw rocks at it. That will keep me from getting paralyzed because I'm not hitting it directly. And we're going to try to explore the rest of Village Dungeon 7, because this is the last level in the Village Dungeon. What's this? Big F, an owlbear. A friendly owlbear. Hello, owlbear. It said, I didn't know owlbears moaned like that. I guess they would roar with whoos. Uh-oh, I'm starving to death. So let's eat the ration I found earlier. We'll leave the village dungeon, go back to the village, and buy some more food before we continue our adventure another day. 45 minutes is a long time to be alive. There's gotta be a record on this computer at least. Mostly I play this game at work. During the last hour of the day when I have very little to do. Oh, what's this guy? It's a Hearthling. He doesn't care about me. That means I'm gonna stab him in the back of the head. Nope, I missed. Oh, and some kind of zombie. Hobgoblin zombie. And a ratling. Ratlings are pretty fun. I actually like to play as them. They are not very strong. They die pretty easily. But I like them. Maybe I've been playing too much Warhammer. Oof, here we go, VD1. Almost free. Although I am starving to death, I think I'll be okay. For a few turns at least. I don't know if I'll be able to make it all the way to the village. This cat needs to back away from the stairs. Nope, I'm starving. Time to eat my loaf of bread. I did say I was going to save that earlier. We're in the village. I'm going to do a couple things in here. First is to buy some more food, but I can start with that later. What I'm going to do now is read this dusty tome. Well, shit, it burst into flames. Never mind. Thanks for watching, guys. That was part 1 of Zakara. I didn't expect to live this long in one life. I thought this would be a 10-minute video. But hey, I'm not complaining. I'm excited for round 2, and I'll see you guys then.